Avraham, realizes that it's time to look for a wife for his son Yitzchak, Isaac. Unfortunately, the person who'd be best suited to help out is no longer around. Yitzchak's mother, Abraham's wife, Sarah, has died. So Abraham instead tasks his loyal servant Eliezer with the mission. He makes him take a sacred oath, gives him gifts for the prospective bride, makes him promise that he'll only look for a potential mate among Abraham's extended family, and sends him on his way. Many years later, a rabbi was in a debate with another fellow, and the fellow was trying to convince the rabbi, as so many of my friends have tried to convince me, that the only thing that matters is being a nice guy, a good Jew. You don't have to worry about those pesky rituals like Shabbos and keeping kosher. So the fellow says to the rabbi, I'll prove it to you. Look at the test that Eliezer devised when he was looking for a wife for Yitzchak. The test was, I'm going to look for the girl who offers water to me and to my camels. The test was only to see if she was kind. He didn't ask her if she kept kosher. He didn't ask her if she lit Shabbos candles. Rabbi, the only thing that matters is being a nice person. The rabbi said back to him, why are you trying to bring a proof from the servant? Why don't you look at what his master Avraham did? Avraham told him before he sent him, don't worry, God is going to send an angel before you. Avraham understood. There's no way Eliezer is going to be able to figure out what type of spiritual relationship a prospective bride has with God. Only the angel could figure that out. The only thing Eliezer could test would be to see how does the woman interact personally between herself and others. So that's what he tested. He relied on the angel to test her level of connection to God. And so the rabbi explained, you can look for a further proof to this from the gifts that Avraham gave Eliezer to give to Rivka. 2 gold bracelets for her arms, representing the 2 tablets, with a weight of 10 shekels, representing the 10 commandments. Why? Because the 10 commandments are on 2 tablets. One side of them, 5 commandments, regulate conduct between man and man. The other side, the other 5, regulates conduct between man and God. And you need both. And we sometimes forget that. But we also sometimes make the exact opposite mistake. There's a story told of a city in a foreign country many years ago, and unfortunately there were several Jewish horse thieves living there. But they didn't discriminate. They stole from Jews and they stole from non-Jews. They stole horses and they stole other things. But they still considered themselves to be religious. So they went to synagogue to pray. The synagogue where they used to pray was called mockingly or euphemistically by other people in town, the Beit Knesset, the synagogue of the horse traders. And everyone knew that these thieves on Shabbos afternoon would stay extra time in synagogue, saying extra prayers, extra Tehillim, psalms. Why? Because they were in a dangerous profession. They prayed more to ask God to protect them. They had deluded themselves into thinking that God was going to give them extra protection because they were so close to him, even though they were engaged in a criminal enterprise, flagrantly violating the rules that prohibit stealing from your fellow man. We need both feet on the ground, observing the laws between man and between man and God, because they're equally important. Which brings to mind the famous story in the Talmud of the non-Jew who went to the great sage Shammai and said, convert me on the condition that you'll teach me the entire Torah while standing on one foot. Shammai sent him away. Hillel, Shammai's colleague, did agree to teach him and told him, what you don't like done to you, don't do to someone else. That's the whole Torah. Everything else is commentary. Hillel didn't want to lose out on that teachable moment, but there's no question that he agreed with Shammai. You can't observe the Torah while standing on one foot. You need both sides, both halves, both tablets.